Well, we haven't been up here in, it's been 2.5 weeks, like 16 or 17 days. The cameras have been out for a while, running. These bucks are shifting around a little bit. They're changing what they're doing. There's probably going to be a lot of hard-horn bucks on the camera now. Hopefully some new ones, because this is right at the time where the magic starts happening here. This is what we always say, this is the breeding grounds, our property. We don't see bucks all summer. 2-year-olds, 1.5-year-olds, but it's right at the beginning of this change, so hopefully we start seeing them on the camera. I'm anxious to check them. We got like, I don't even know, we got like 8 to 10 cameras to check, and we're gonna put up some new ones in new spots, so should be good. Got to make our rounds, check the plots too. I'm excited to look at those. They've been going for about a month and a half. We should get some good sproutage going right now. Well, let's go check it out. It looks awesome. The sweet camera view, camera tree. On this good looking Tecumani Maxi track. Stuff is perfect right now. It's about 1 foot high. It's gonna grow for another 2 weeks, but actually the winter wheat and the ryegrass in here just covers all the clover and all the chicory and stuff so well that it allows it to grow. And there's just so much variety in here for the deer to browse. I'm anxious to see what's going on in here. I like it. This plot's looking really, really good. One of the toughest parts about our property in New York is a bulk of it's down in this valley, and a lot of our food plots they stay wet, and especially we've gotten, from what we've heard, a ton of rain up here in the last 2 weeks, and it's just wet right now, and most stuff that you plant isn't going to tolerate it too well, but turnips and brassica blends are one of those that just don't do it well. And this actually still looks good for how wet it is, but we're going to try to hit it with a little nitrogen, see if we can give her a boost for the last 2 weeks before the season kicks off here. That looks awesome. That actually looks way better than I thought it was gonna look. Look at how it's pounded though, right in front of the camera. As much of a pain that fence was to put up, maintain, and take down, it definitely allowed this to happen. I mean, look at these beans, they're destroyed, but they're still 1.5 feet tall, so they got the pods on them, and they get bigger as they go into the middle. But the pressure in this field is just crazy.
Yeah, but look at the beans in this field.
Beans look amazing.
Are you kidding me?
They're just stalks now that are this tall, and they got pods on them. Dark green. See how dark green they are still? We planted them late. They're going to stay green, and these things will probably still be green when the season hits. We'll be hitting them.
We're gonna sneak in here to Dino's secret spot. We gotta be quiet though, because we're close to the bedding area.
We're actually in it.
We're in it. That's a good thing though. It's a good thing.
Ish.
That was a good buck. Cruising over here, we put an Exodus on video mode before we went to North Dakota, so I'm anxious to see. Hopefully he came up and gave the old camera a sniff. We could count his points, measure him up a little bit, see if we're gonna put him on the hit list. You guys heard him last time, all right? You quiet down. You keep your mouth shut. As soon as you cross that barbed wire, you keep your mouth shut. We're getting in there tight to him. You don't want to get your ass picked off. Shut your mouth. You get your ass in the shadows. The bucks are here. Dude, within the first 10, there's 250 videos on there. Within the first 10, he's on there twice. And these other 2 mammoths are are on there too. The 2 8s are both 140-inch 8-points.
Really?
Big, dude. That 7-point is an 8-point now because he's got both of his brow tines, but it is so spot on him. And the other 8 looks like Spentek.
Wow.
Maybe not quite as heavy, but he looks like Spentek. You guys, this is insane. This is insane. We have never, ever grown turnips like this before. This is out of control. This is exactly how they're supposed to look. We were late putting this food plot in. It was grass, tall grass, a week before we planted this thing. And that is about as perfect as it gets. That Tecumani Ultra forage just grew to perfection, and this should be in a magazine or something. This is out of control. The amount of food in this 1 acre patch right here, out of control. I mean, that's about as perfect as it gets. And it's got a couple weeks to grow. This stuff's got to be close to a foot tall in the middle. Turnips. Purple top turnip. Wow. That's about as perfect as it gets right there. Those will get a little bigger over the next couple weeks. And the deer, I mean, look at that leafy vegetation. That's good shit.
In here probably.
We knew this was going to be a tough one because this, I mean, it's pretty much growing it on cement. They were trying to put a gas well in here, so they took all the topsoil and moved it off this little area, so it's literally like hard rock clay. So anything that grows up here is pretty crazy.
It's actually not bad.
They're definitely enough to feed in here, and this is kind of more of an investment plot. Next year, this clover will be the first thing to grow up. We'll frost seed it with clover as well, and just because of how clayey it is, I mean, the clover's going to grow anywhere, but the weeds probably won't grow back up through here as well. So got it started anyway. I'm gonna shuffle this camera around a little bit. There's a scrape. It's just getting worked, but it's a primary scrape over the years. So we're not gonna put it on the scrape yet because it's a little bit off the food plot, but the trail that they use coming to and from, we're going to make sure that it's facing it. Or 50s, right? On 8 gigs, so it took an hour and 10 minutes. Usually like 2 hours, isn't it?
I think at least.
Maybe more than that. So. There was a boatload of deer in here though before we left, so I'm sure now that this is growing, they're hitting it hard.